Hi, I'm Ailbhe McDonagh. This is my second video in how to approach vibrato. In my previous video, we talked a lot about the motion of vibrato and which fingers will vibrate on their own and which ones have a little support behind them. And keeping our C shape and our elbow in the right position. We also, while polishing the fingerboard, learned how to have a weighty bow with a light left hand. Getting used to that feeling is very, very important. So now we're going to do the same approach again, but on the D string, we're going to polish the string rather than the fingerboard. So this is actually a little bit more slidey, so slightly easier. So you can see here, I've got my C shape. Everything is opening from the elbow, okay? So again, I'm going to just play the C string while I'm opening from the elbow. So this is a tricky feeling because, of course, if we're doing something that looks like it's slightly jerky, then of course we might try and mirror that with the bow. The other thing to try and think about when we're doing this vibrato on the string now is that we don't want to have a sort of finish with our vibrato. We want to have this idea, imagine if I was singing it rather than doing the motion, that we would go wow, 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 like that. So the edges have to be very, very soft. So when we approach it, it's almost as if we see at each end a little bit of back and forth that has this a wave-like feeling rather than something very, very stoppy like a staccato when we're approaching this in the left hand. So now what I'd like to do is plant our finger. So we go back to the feeling where we plant our finger. Let's put ourselves into third position and we can put our first finger on G. We're going to plant the note, okay? So put our finger down and then we'll do a little polish, come up and then plant the finger and keep the movement going. And then come up and polish the string and plant the finger. So all that happens is I actually keep my finger down. So now it's sitting down so it can't now jump out of the string like this. You can see we could never shift like that with the weight down. We'd have to come out of the string to polish like this. So as soon as you plant, it stops the finger from moving very easily on the string. So the motion is the same. Big, 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 plant. Big, 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 polish, 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 out of the string, plant in the string. So let's try that again with the open C string. So polish, 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 plant. And now you can see, look, that's my lovely vibrato. We'll go back to polish. So that's quite exciting because we're almost at the stage now of full vibrato. So let's try the same thing here with the bow on the D string. So this is going to sound hilarious. Gonna go back to polishing. Light. So everyone in the house will be wondering what you're doing. But you can see when I'm out of the string, I'm on top of the string in my left hand, but still very firm with the bow. And then I plant. Now you may think that sound is not the sound that professionals use when they're playing the cello. But actually it's the exact same motion. What I want you to do is I want you to have the loosest vibrato that has ever existed, because speeding it up is very, very easy, but slowing it down is almost impossible. So we want to have that feeling where it sounds almost like an ambulance. Wow, 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 wow. Everything's opening from the elbow. So that's how we get to our vibrato. So we're going to try it again on our second finger. Same note. third finger with our second finger behind. Fourth finger with our third finger behind. Now remember in your practice that the third and the fourth finger are weaker than the first and the second. So if I was practicing vibrato every single day for 1 minute on each finger, so I'd do 1 minute on the first finger, 1 minute on the second finger, I would probably do 1.5 minutes on the third and 1.5 minutes on the fourth. So always more practice on those two because they're a little bit harder. You might find that one finger is very, very natural in your vibrato. So if you're struggling with other fingers, start with a natural finger and then move to another one that doesn't feel as comfortable and then back to the one that is. And that will help you with your motion. I hope you've really enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below.